I'm gonna try and see if the fire hot enough. Make it make sense. This is why I don't work with leaders. Nobody can lead me nowhere.
They preached to go to Africa, you know. Marcus Garvey was a guy like this. He wanted us to have world trades
Really?
from Africa with ourselves. He wanted to have
What was
going back and forth
No, it was
and services and stuff like that.
no.
It wasn't about moving back for him.
It's a free
It
meal.
was about building the
That's
economy.
a thought
That's what
of
he
a
was
soul.
about.
Study about
No.
people.
He was an economist. That guy was a
It's
business.
a lot.
Used to trick the people. Them used as a Pan African. He used to work with white people. This is why you see we're in the same condition where we're not till today because
No.
Yes, it's true.
This man was over here. Listen, you know what he was doing in New York? I don't know, because you sound like you're a British, like British lineage type Jamaican. So me put you on game.
No.
This guy over here
You
in
know
New York, he was
Yeah,
actually
we
analyzing
Yeah.
LGBT.
No.
Next time.
Please
When
take
you
that.
think about Malcolm X.
No. Hold on. Don't use because I have a British accent that I don't know nothing.
No. You know me I talk about
Please
when it
don't do
comes to
that.
himself.
You don't know what you're talking about, Jim.
Because
Any number, Jim.
are trying to use the woman
Stop
as being
it.
so emotional that they don't know what they're doing or don't know what they're saying. Please don't do that. That has nothing to do with what you're saying.
You can't do a picture of him communicating with. He has to be an adjudicator between us because he was
He's got
educated.
letters.
He's wealthy.
No.
Yeah, he was a sellout.
Please,
He was wondering about white people. To push Pan-Africanism. Let me speak.
Communicate. How you gonna have
Right,
if you're not communicating with these people?
They funded Garvey. Are you listening? They funded him. You notice he died in England. He never go to Africa.
Read the book. Because
He
he
never
never got
goes
He's analyzed in UK. Yeah?
But I just said that his goal wasn't for people to move to Africa. It was about economics. It was about economics.
They paid him to be a Pan African.
Oh my God. What's
You
wrong
don't
with
study Marcus Garvey?
What does Pan African mean? Pan African is integration. It isn't migration.
It is migration. That's what he was talking about.
No. Where you get that from?
I walked.
So you forget Marcus Garvey is confused like that.
Yo. That's looking at bedroom. That's the opinions of Marcus Garvey. I have his book, you know. Hello.
Job, that's actually a fact. That's actually a fact, Job. His movement was the movement back to Africa. I'm
The
telling you,
Russian Fall of Marcus Garvey. Go and look for that book.
back to Africa was his movement.
Go and look for that book.
That was the moniker name for him.
Where you from?
We're not talking about, man.
It's not Bob Marley, it's Marcus Garvey, but you don't know these people. All of them is agents.
The Negro with a hat. The rise and fall of Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey was an agent. Bob Marley was an agent.
Go and read. This is from the British woman that is talking to you right now.
So when we start making all the people that actually stood up in the past agents, right? So we're all covered then. Nobody never rises then because if everybody rose up.
You don't know what is an agent. Let me ask you a question.
We like to chant this message like, hey, we're our ancestors.
Do you count yourself as black?
What are you talking about? What I got to do with anything?
Question. Do you class yourself as black?
I don't.
Let me ask you a question. You know why we're in the condition we're in now? Because we will add agents. Bear agent among us who think they can take money underneath the table. Paid. Remember, Bob Marley was never a revolutionary. Peter Tosh was the man. You know why them remember, it was Bob Marley. Remember, it was the Wailers. They don't talk about Bunny Wailers and the Wailers. They talk about Bob Marley. You know why? They mark him and take him out of the group because he was the half-breed and put him as the face. You know nothing about these people and how they operate? This is why they're in a power till today, because they don't use emotion. They think strategy. They put Bob Marley as the face, and you notice everywhere I'm going up them behind him. They were funding him to push their message. Go see how much years Rita Marley fight for him catalog after him pass away. She was in court with them over 15 years. Or
But
20
that's still a dangerous argument because that downplays Marcus Marley's talent and everything he's done and the person that he was. That's very, very
I know
harsh.
person.
Good.
Basically, what you're saying is the elites created this great man, his character, his
And them
persona.
make him. They make him. He was a part of the whalers.
Guys, mind if I chime in right quick?
One.
Yeah, that's one word on you.
I just wanted to say to you, Job, that
I'm
if
still waiting for backdating.
he was actually taking Marcus Garvey was taking donations from
Unmute
people.
yourself. We can hear you.
Oh,
Sweetheart.
sorry.
Marcus Garvey is actually taking donations from the people to build a boat to take them back to Africa, bro. These are facts. These are facts. She's not making that up. He was compromised. And that picture
You
was
have to take money to build it. He owned a boat, bro. He had a boat. He had
That's a
boat.
lie.
The
Let me
black-
say
what is the black?
Yes, we know, but yeah, he was funded. So what you don't understand is, let me just give you the timeline, innit?
There's the
So
and
this
you
is-
guys just like so there's never been no great black man there. So we just don't have any greatness within us. You guys need to stop this stuff, man.
Meet, please.
Come on, man.
Gracias. Yeah, man, manners. As me as to know, right? Marcus Garvey was a Freemason. Right? Before he turned a Freemason, he was a Maroon, a Jamaican Maroon. He was indigenous, right? He became an apprentice and he went to England to be an apprentice for a newspaper. Right, basically he became a Freemason in England. He took an oath and pledged allegiance to, the crown or to the powers that be to oppress his own people. Then he went back to Jamaica and started pushing, Africans for Africa, and then we also brought back to be Africa. Go to Africa and build up Africa and all this stupidness what I talk about. And the message wasn't well received because in the early 1900s, people from the West Indies or the Antilles knew who they weren't saying they were African. So they rejected that movement and they got to a point where they're going to unalive him. So he was exiled, they couldn't go back to Jamaica. That's the truth. That's not any Pan-African going to tell you that. That's why he couldn't come back to Jamaica. People couldn't unalive him because he's pushing the wrong message. So from there, he went to the United States and he linked up with a guy called Walker Plecker, who is a whitey eugenics whitey supremacist, right? And he funded Marcus Garvey. There's letters between Marcus Garvey and himself. Yes, you can go look it up in the United States. I've seen the documentation that there's evidence for them to have a conversation. Now you should be asking yourself is why is a so-called black leader from the Caribbean or pro-black leader from the Americas, having a sit-down meeting with a racist whitey supremacist, who viewed at the time that if you were dark skinned, because remember it's the time of the 1900s, so this was the time of Jim Crow and racism highly in the United States. They used to hang people, they used to get unalive people for being, in places they shouldn't be, in whitey areas. So you remember that time? That was high rampant. So they would say to Americans, I'm speaking, Brethren, just give me a second, I'll wrap up. So they were saying, if you're dark skinned from America, you should go to Africa. Right? And they paid this man called Marcus Garvey to promote that. To promote that with Africa, we should go to Africa because it suits the YT man narrative, right? That's why we say he's a sellout. Now, did you know that, Jav?
So if he was a sellout, why was he unalived by them then? Well, why did they take him out? Why wasn't he? Why didn't he?
took money.
Was he successful?
He took money from people and he didn't deliver, right? He did not deliver. He took money from people and they funded them to basically to get out all the so-called Negroes, because Jamaican Negroes, Black American Negro or American Negro, it was all Negroes at that time, in the early 1900s. That's what they called people from the Americas, Negroes. So, his job was to convince the Negroes that they should abandon their home and go to Africa and build up Africa. Yes, they put money in his pocket and sponsored them and promoted him to do that job, and he failed. And that's why they take him out. So you need to research heavily before you.
So why was he farming vigilante-esque groups in New York and all that stuff? Why was he doing all of that other stuff he was doing then? Or you don't know anything about that stuff?
I don't know about that stuff, but I just know what me know. Right? This guy was not a person of our people, Brethren. Never had the best interest of our people. He's pushing something that that's hurting our people. So he wants to move the land and let the white man get the land. You idiot. Not you, but is he an idiot? Yeah? I must leave my land and give my land to the white team, and the same white team money don't want me on my own blood land. Yeah?
You know the question if
Why would you link up with that man like that?
he should ask, why didn't Marcus Garvey move to Africa? You notice the people them that pushes African stuff, are they living in Africa? All of who are push pan-African thing, like saying Africa, how much of them is still living in Africa? Still all of them rest of them, how much of them is gone down there? Ask yourself that question. Marcus Garvey did go Africa, even one time. He was a big pan-African. Him never go over there. Instead, him come to England. So the question if you ask yourself, why we need leaders? None of them are people and lead nobody know if better. That's why we in a worse condition today. Can none of them can lead and we good. Can what them don't make no sense and all of them are sell out. Peter Tosh was a real revolution. They never talk about him. You know why? Because him was there. Him was a real general and a dan. A Bob Marley them give half breed. Why them not talk about Bunny Whalers and the Whalers? I them take out back them separate the group and go to Bob Marley. What Bob Marley do? Nothing. Nothing at all. Them take him and tour the world. And when him pass away, what you think them do? Them did one control the music. Go and study these things and see what happened. Because these people don't think with emotions like us. They think with their mind. A lot of agents, our people them make we in a condition we're in because a lot of them they take money under the table to do a lot of things.
Weed them out. What are the values that we align to as a people from the same land?
That's how the question if I ask, and them alone make we in the position we're in. The people them will take pay, they pay the agent. A lot of people know the truth. But yet still they're pushing this narrative.
Let me paint a picture for you. And this is the tough truth because like picture yourself in a position, right? You're a leader, right? For example, the prime minister, for example, you're the prime minister, you have all this power, you have all this money, right? And they come to you and say, listen, if you don't do this right, I replace you with somebody else, and you get to be one of the regular people that has to fight against the decision that has to be made, right? Or you make that decision, right? That there, hold on, let me finish. Or you make the decision, the hard decision, do whatever it is they're telling you to do, right? But you guarantee that your family and your immediate friends around you, them are gonna be okay. You have a hand up, you got the money to keep them safe. And that's the decision that these people are faced. They either choose to be one of the regular people being taken advantage of, where they'll replace you, put somebody else there to make that decision anyway, or you make the decision and make sure your family and your immediate people do.
Then that's a man where just as it, where just as a Java, it now, it make we in the condition because we have only people that take money under the table to sell we out. You can't take money for sell out your people them.
But what do you do? What do you do? Do you become like one of the other people that you can't even like
easy now. But ask you a question. If them states and tell you say them are gonna pay you for go analyze 100 people, 100 of your people, and them are gonna say, yo, everything are good for your rest of your life. You don't take the money and go do that, brother?
No. That's what I'm saying is hold on. I'm talking from a leadership point of view. You don't get this decision until you're already in the position.
No.
So you come up, you think everything is nice.
Before you get in that position, because a job you do.
And you get the proposal after you got the job. Because after you get the job, it's harder.
No, but me ask you a question. When you go look at job, them after you get the job, them tell you what you gonna do now. Them tell you before what them expect of you. So and I said, God, them know what them are gonna do before. It's just like the so-called big nose man of Jamaica. Them know what them do.
See the big nose man, I remember him before when he was like education minister. And the big nose man wasn't that person he is now. You saw the gradual change in his character and him as a person. You could see it. So it's like you think you have all this power, you going in, you have good intentions. Hey, I'm here to help the country. Every politician most probably go in there like that. Right?
That's
But
how it's think.
you find out that everybody around you that's already there, already doing things they're not supposed to do. You either fall in line or you get the hell out. It's like already a set process in how these things work before you even got there. You want to be the one. Remember, people on your level want to organize everybody together when each of you has things to lose. Remember, if I'm the one that get caught up, that steps up, I lose everything. Right? What if the other people back out? Then only you find most times is you end up standing up and you lose everything. And you're easily replaced. Right? And that's the notion that we have. We gotta find a way where everybody they're on one page at once, but that's the hardest thing.
Yeah, but mama tell you some. I mean, like in this way, yeah. When you're in a position like that, they're not expecting of you to do anything good, because that they pay you there to sell out. Just a sellout. So for instance, where he is concerned, all the way my do what them pay him for do. And that's required of them before he even go in there. Because the governor general have more talk than him. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is for you to this is something we have to bond with. For you to be a proper leader and a proper revolutionary, it's in your blood. It's not just gonna be like it's just like a Dan when you have a Dan, like you have Dodos and them Monday. You see what I say? Zeeks and Tickman and them Monday. Them a leader. It in a them. So for them now, them sell out, they will go in and do them some of the light. Them that say, yo, we're gonna give this and you're gonna give the piece of them to go sick them. And because you get paid, you're gonna do it. Eh?
It's not
It's a
just
go-
about missing the point, right? So watch it. All right. Say, let's use
But-
your example. Let's use your example, right? They're saying, hey, we got this chemical, we're gonna put it on everybody in the population. They might say, right, if you don't do it, guess what? We're just gonna replace you and give your assistant give your assistant the job. No, you are gonna be a part of the population that don't have the power to protect.
them replace them, never do it.
Yeah, I mean, I would personally be a part of the people that get it. I would go with everybody else, right? But because I couldn't live with that decision.
And that
But there's people that face decision, but not as extreme. Maybe it's not as extreme as that, so it's easier for them to say yes because it's small things.
remember when
That's all.
local virus come out in Haiti and the Asian Prime Minister said now give to him people them. And what them do to him? So
Yeah, we need to talk about that big that poster right there. So that's a big issue right now. I like 300 of our young men already unalive since the year. Look like they might use the police force as like they commit
exactly
genocide at Jamaica. It look like.
come back just to what we are talking about. Who you think them are use the politician them? See eh?
And half of the them want to get unalive just because them are sleep with the same girl as the police boy. Them. That's some foolishness going on.
And that made them unalive them.
Bro, even a guy they're asking for his name when they're going on the guy of took out.
And that made them listen to what me I say, yeah? It's all have to do with the land. You see these young men with them are unalive, they're the indigenous people to the land. Most of them are kings and queens. You understand? They are the true heirs. So to get rid of them and get the land, they have to unalive them. Why you just say it yourself. You say them I use the so-called police them, innit?
See it here.
Why would they be doing it?
See it here. See it on the head here. Young black generation, major problem. This is where it a come from.
Yeah, God, yeah.
Yeah, Jamaica and the influence on the world.
Because of them for rise up for take back the land. So when you analyze the soldier, them, who you think are gonna there for fight? Them know what them a do. You know, she said the whole of the done them a get rid of. Come on, man. bigger than what you think about policeman one girl. And
Yo, the thing mad, innit?
Big up Jeff. Yes, sir. It
The thing mad, brother, where the man them are going down the planet. Serious, bro. It's way more serious than you actually think, you get me? The man them actually I get money for the life them, for the youth them down the life, you get me? And where you have to understand now, yeah? People that want the people them to drop out, them a use your identity. Them a fight you for your identity, but then this guy is a fight, you see it?
You're right, bro. Me see all that video, you know. Some police him say, yo, anywhere me see you and your friend. I was like, wait, what you talking about? Like, and I try to like say, well, what's going on? I don't know anything what you're talking about. And it's like the officer was just like, you just wait, man, just wait till me catch you and your friend them with this strap them and wait, officer, hold on, where you talk about, and him just a walk off and walk on the car. So it's like them just when because if a real bad man, them never gonna respond like that. And I walk down, I try to get clarification where my talk about like he's scared, like, and it's just a threat. I remember, you know, them come mass up, you know, like the Iceman them over foreign, you know. Them not show them face. All of them are them.
Yeah? Which
Hmm?
one I tell you? Which one I tell you?
But that America.
All right, you see what you're gonna do here now, yeah. Just tell them, say them are West Indian and tell them to start use that to protect them. It's a guard. You get it? It's a covenant to cover yourself now, so. And then we explain what go on to them after. You see it? So just make everybody strap up with covenant. You get it? You see it? You have to go back to your ancestors now, dog, like, and go in like covenant. You see it? You get it? So what go on now? Enough people not catch what go on yet. But nobody no understand it and everybody understand it because get me? You see? So we have to rise back through the spirit now. We'll show you how we work the spirit world now. Magic for magic now, you get me? But the answer word West India. It's like you put on a super cape, brother. You get what I'm saying? You see? So just try it out, dog. Just try it out. Go back in your ancestor identity, dog. Then start make everybody know same speed. This is the only way we can fix it. You get it? I know you don't understand, you know, but trust me, only way we can fight. You understand? You go as you fight as a landlord now, you get it? You see it? So landlord and them my tenant. You get it? So landlord have a right for defending property, brother. You see it? No court.
Honestly, brother, me love the argument about the fight, but and this a thing is a hard truth to have to accept. When me the born, say me when me born in the 90s, for example.
Listen,
Like,
yeah, it is coming no matter where you say it have come.
Like, when most of us panel writers are enough we found. And we hard for we accept, say, you know, say the people who come before we, they never fight hard enough. Because think about it, by the time we born in hold on, by the time we born in these people have weapons now that they could just put a robot, a small tech thing in a fly, just you're done. Like they got so much technology now. They're manipulating the weather now through frequency, right? You're hearing about investment plans about places, right? And people don't want to give up, and then out of nowhere, the disaster does conveniently just take down that specific place there. We're living in a world now, and when you talk about it, people say, "Oh, you crazy," you know. But bro, but we see the kind of technology we have, but we just choose to believe certain things and then don't believe other things when things are just like in your face, when it's really obvious what's going on. So it's like by the time we was born, the technology was too advanced for us to do anything. It's even more advanced now that we're adults.
Yeah, we have to-
We
yeah,
have to have a solid
let's
plan,
say.
not just go back to spiritual plan.
You see plan your dog, West Indian dog. You see it? That is the plan. You get it? That's your true identity, brother. You get me?
Right, but then you have to
Listen, listen, man, this is
around that identity,
identity.
documentation around that identity, and what
You don't need
entity.
none, brother. You got it by blood. You don't need none, dog. They know who you is already. And you know if you know who you is.
Yeah, so you got it by blood who have the monopoly on violence.
You no, but what I say is
Monopoly on violence.
they got it, but yeah, the only way to change the character and make everybody know them, go back in them identity.
What is your way of enforcing your ideology? Only way to enforce your ideology is through physical force. Physical force. You can't beg for it. You can't beg for something that was taken.
No, brother, you know if you do it, so all you do is remember them. Remember say them their grandparents are and just remember them. We not give them a new identity. They have the identity. We just as rise it as a shield now. Because it can be waved. It is something that you can start.
So
You
it's gonna shield us from the stuff that's
working a court.
like what, right?
But that's so you take back your land.
This is why man say that you not listen. Jeez.
Identify yourself as well. Of child, every one of the rich people in the world use your identity and you don't know. So stand up in it.
Exactly.
Come out now. Make them show themselves. You get me? I didn't think now, who are a real West Indian? Because nobody can beat it.
By blood.
Nobody can beat it on that. That is what is going on, bruv. Who is the real West Indian? That is what is going on.
Yes, we have identity. Know what's next. Where's the action?
Just go and say it, pass on the message and give you them a covenant. You see it? You understand? Just pass on the message. You get me? Just go and pass on the message. This word will help you. You understand? You get me? The word I will carry you through and the word I will cover you, brother. Because you are your ancestors, dog. You survive already. You win. You see it? Pick it now, dog. And the last part, this. You get it?
May I ask you a question, brother? Who you think survived? The people that fight or the people that accepted and survived? In the last 3 to 500, who you think survived? The people that fought or the people that survived? Who you think?
The people that survived. What are you talking about, bro?
Well, we have this notion that our ancestors fought, bro. They all got unalive.
No,
We're
they
not,
didn't.
we're
bro.
not meaning we're not bred from fighters. We like to think, oh yeah, we come from all these fighters. We're really not.
Where do you think, bro?
We
bro,
came from the survivors,
bro.
and how they've been
You sound
divided
choking.
alive.
You sound choking.
Oh, you're talking.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this question. Jav, I don't know what you're thinking, but you just said as well ago that I've got freedom fighters in my family, brethren. I wouldn't know that if I didn't do
That's
my
good.
family
That's
research.
good.
So when you're saying that, all the way
So
up.
it don't go for you, but it's a lot. It's a question.
No, brethren. That's why I tell you once again, if it's genealogy, brethren,
We
don't
are
have family.
ancestors that return. We are our ancestors that return. Exactly. We are our ancestors reincarnated.
You just need to do research on your family, brethren. You're Jamaican, so you need to go to Jamaica. Until you need
Jav,
do your family tree, brethren.
they never ever
that's okay.
defeat us in no fight. Never defeat us. You know what them use and defeat us? People who look like we.
Yes, they look like us, but not us.
Exactly.
And they did it with magic.
So when I try to tell you it be done, yeah? You see, even the thoughts we have like you're thinking that they invented that. They never invent nothing. Everything what them get is from us. And we
Yeah.
are the indigenous people. And we are the first people.
Yes,
Without
and they built
there's no world. We don't
and they built every Everything we had, everything we did. National please have been quiet for a long time. They built over.
So what I'm trying to tell you that the idea where you say like we can't find no brother. We've been winning and we've been fighting. The problem I have, they use people that look like us to invade us and take us down. This is the reason why it come back around to people were willing to take money under the table. That was the problem.
Yes, that was a trickery. So what they did was they signed, like you said, sis, they signed people in that look, and that's what happened here in America. They came in with all these, these, I don't know if I can spell it, the D word and alcohol and all that stuff to our people to infiltrate. It's like basically like New Jack City. So that was the way they came in. They still doing it today. And I noticed that here where I live, it's a lot of Arabs that own stuff. So I was been questioning that. Like, I don't see none of my people, or even if they from other parts of the world, the universe. We don't see them owning anything. I see a lot of Arabs, and even the prison system is ran by foreigners, Arabs, and Nigerians. I just was kind of confused because I'm like, wow, these people look like us, but ain't us. And they took everything from us.
It's just like
Yo, Jeff, quickly miss this. So regarding to what you said earlier, Virgin, you never lost no wars, you won all the wars, Virgin. Remember the pen is mightier than the sword, so they just took this, by the pen, meaning i.e. write their histories and put in their little fantasies and say you didn't do nothing, you never fight and all of them things, they enslave people. No, we was fighting from 1492 all the way to the 1900s and up to now. We still have fight, Virgin. So don't get it twisted in the Virgin. The pen is mightier than the
It's
sword.
people that's in very, very high positions that was helping them that sold out specific.
yes, oh yes, that's what it is. And that's the same thing that's happening. It's just like in Jamaica. Orius Chang is not our people. Javin sister then put him in position at the force. Why would you think a Chinese man is in control of your police force? Think about it. And
What is reminiscent back the Rasta when what's his name? Mike, what's his name? Buster, was it Buster? They said fire first and ask questions later in regards to the Rasta them. There was a YT man that was our prime minister at the time that said that.
exactly. So now you see what's going on, innit?
Are these people really white tea people or are they Arabs? Because it looks like the white tea people and the Arabs look alike.
Makes them match them to,